In how many matches were 6 goals scored? So 14 matches had 1 goal, 16 matches had 2 goals, 8 matches had 3 goals, 8 matches had 4 goals, 6 matches had 5 goals, and 8 matches had 6 goals. So what do you think the answer is? 8. 8 matches had 6 goals. Agreed? What is the modal number of goals scored? When you watch a match, what's the most common number of goals scored? Anybody care to tell me? The answer's 2. Why did you guys say it was 2? It happened 16 times. Think about how many 2-0s and 1-0s you see. A lot. So the answer is 2. 2 goals was the most common answer for how many goals are scored in a match. What was the total number of goals scored? Now this is tough. The total numbers of goals scored. You ready? How many matches was there? Let's have a look. 14 matches, 16 matches. That's 30, 38, 46, 52. There's 60 matches, guys. Okay? 60 matches. Now, here's what's going on. I've got to calculate how many goals were scored. Now, here. No. Think about it. One match had 14 goals. 14 matches had 1 goal. That's 14 goals. 16 matches had 2 goals. That's 32 goals. 8 matches had 3. 8 matches had 4. 6 matches had 5. 30 goals. 8 matches had 6. Guys, I'd like you to add all those numbers up together now for me. Okay. Somebody said it's 180. Okay? And that means the total number of goals scored was 180. What was the average then? What was the mean? 180 goals scored in 60 matches. 3. You okay? The thing you have to do here is, you know there's 60 matches. How do you know there's 60 matches? And even if you didn't, what does it tell you at the top? 60 matches. That adds up to, that adds 29, 38, 44, 54, 60. There are 60 matches, right? Okay, so we're pretty happy about the 60 matches. Now we have to find out the average. So we have to find out the total number of goals that were scored again. So 1 times that. 28. 27. 24. 50. And the other one? 36. Okay. Can somebody give me the total of when you add them all up together? What? 180 again? Is this the same question? No. They really like 180, don't they? 180 divided by 60? The answer is 3. 3 was the mean. Okay. Can anybody tell me what's the modes? Most common number of goals scored? 1. Because there's 15, isn't there? That's the highest, so that's 1. And what percentage of matches were 3 or 4 goals scored? Okay. Out of 60, how many matches had 3 or 4 goals? 9 plus 6? 15. Turn it into a percentage, just like a test. Imagine you got 15 out of 60. Multiply that by 100 and convert it into a percentage. Huh? 25%. Okay. What is the greatest number of matches that could have ended in a draw? Okay. He's right. Greatest number of matches that could have ended in a draw. You can have a 1-all draw, a 2-all draw, a 3-all draw. Was it possible to have a 4-all draw? Why? There's no way. So you listening? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. There is 14. You have to add 14 plus 6. Or say 14 plus 6 plus another 6. Which results in 26 matches. Is that okay? Okay. How many numbers are between 1 and 20? Let's go through them all, okay? If you see one, let me know. There's 1, 19. Anybody else? Is there any other ones? 18. 20, yeah, 20 is included in 1 and 20. Where's 20? Okay. We're counting how many numbers are 1 to 20. I just got 3 of them so far. Anything else? Okay, 3. Now, I'm gonna change colour now. Now we're gonna go from 21 to 40. 21, 1, 40, 3, 29, 4, 5. Where's 37? 6. Where's the other 40? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Next question, guys. How many red dots do we see? Everybody happy with A? We all good? A. Okay. Now for some reason this page is acting a bit weird now, so I'll just transfer it to a new page. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys. We're going from 41 to 60 now. Ready? We'll go in order here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which one is it? 52. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that okay? Any other numbers between 41 and 60? No. It's 11. Okay. Next ones. It's a bit, there's a lot in this, isn't there? 61 to 80. Let's go, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The other one. 8, 9. Everybody happy with 9? Okay, last one now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when I count all of these up, how many students was I meant to have again? So please spend 5 to 10 seconds adding them up. If I don't get 36, there's a problem. 3 plus 8, 11. 11 plus 11? 22. 22 plus 14, 36. That doesn't mean I'm right, but it means it's a good indication I did it properly. We okay with that? Now, the first question is going to ask you, this question is hefty enough, right? So the first question is going to ask you is, how many scored between 21 and 60? How many from 21 up to 60? 19, okay? We're happy with the 19? Okay. What was the modal class, the most common answer? 41 to 60. You cool with that? Which class had the second largest number of students? Second largest? 61 to 80. Name one disadvantage of a group frequency table. What if I told you 11 people got between 41 and 60? You lose what? You lose the individual scores. For all I know, all 11 people might have actually scored 60. Or all 11 people might have actually scored 41. So you lose a bit of the average there, don't you? Is that alright? Guys, you're going to see something called mid-interval values. Middle of an interval. Do you see, understand the key word? Mid-interval means middle of a interval. So we're going to use mid-intervals for this one as well, okay? Now, here's what I'm going to say. Listen. Instead of saying, see the way 2 people got 0 to 4? That could be like 2 people got 0 or 2 people got 4. Do you get what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the middle of the interval as an estimate. So what's the middle of 0 and 4? Add them up and divide by 2. And you get 2. We're going to use 2 as the middle of the interval. What about the next one? Add 5 and 9 together and divide by 2. 7. Next one, add 10 plus 14 up and divide by 2. 12. Next one, add 15 plus 19 together and divide by 2. 17. So if you ever see the word mid-interval, what are you going to do? Add them up and divide it by 2. Now, what I want you guys to do next is I want you guys to get the average. Do you remember in the previous questions we did, do you remember we were doing the number of goals divided by the number of games? You listening? Okay. What you're going to do is you add up all the bottom numbers. What happens when you add all the bottom numbers? 20. Now you have to add up the number of books. So I'm going to get you guys to do that now. I want you to multiply these and then add them all together and then divide by 20. So 2 people got 2 books. That's 4 books in total. 4 people got 7 books. That's 28 books in total. 6 people got 12 books. That's 72 books in total. 8 people got 17 books, which you think is, what is 136? Okay. And then what you're doing is the total amount of books divided by the total amount of people. So what happens when you add all them up? So 240 divided by 20. 12 books. We're all working on question 11 together, right? So I think we've done 2, 4, we've done 3, 4, 7, 9. Now we're doing 11. Okay. Now, here's what we want from you. You ready? Okay. What is the molar group? The number 100 people. So 100 people were asked. So see all these numbers? They all add up to what number? 100. They were all asked how many calls they got on a day. What was the modal amount of calls? 45 is not the modal amount. 0 to 4. So the modal group, see the keyword group. The modal group is 0 to 4. That's the most people receive 0 to 4 calls. What is the greatest number of people who could have received more than 18 calls? Well, I have an idea here. More than 18 calls. Are you ready? That person, that one person is between 20 and 24, which means they definitely received more than 18 calls. See this group here from 15 to 19? I'm going to claim that all 8 of them actually received 19. In that case, 8 plus 1 would be 9. Okay? If I wanted the least number, I would claim that all 8 of them actually got 15, and then they wouldn't count to the answer, would they? No. What is the least number of people who could have received less than 8 calls? These 45 people definitely received less than 8 calls. Is everybody happy with that? 0 to 4 means you receive 0 to 4 calls, which means 45 people receive 0 to 4. Now, the interesting part is the 29. Okay? I want the least number. What happens if I say all 29 of them only had 5 calls? I'd have to add 45 and 29 together, wouldn't I? And the answer would be 74. However, if I claim that all 29 of these people had a 9-minute call, then what would the answer be then? 45 plus 0, which is 45. And which answer fits the description of our question? Look, keyword I'm circling it. Least 45. Yeah. Okay. Finally, the guts of the question, okay? Here we go. Using mid-interval values. So mid-interval values. Who remembers what mid-interval values mean again? Add them together, divide by 2. I'll do this one for you. That one is 12. 0 to 4 has an average of 2. 5 and 7 adds to 14, and 7, the middle of 15 and 19. If you aren't sure, you add the 2 numbers together and you divide by 2. And then 20 plus 24 divided by 2? 22. Now, it's come to the stage where you're going to multiply these numbers out separately first, right? So 2 times 45, 90. 7 times 29. Come on, use your calculator. 7 times 29. 203. Okay. 12 times 17? What? 204. 17 times 8? 136. And 1 times 22? 2. What this does is, this tells you the total number of calls. Do you agree? And the reason we multiply them is, if 45 people got 2 calls, that is 90 calls in total. If 29 people got 7 calls, that's 203 calls in total. And then you add them all up and you divide by 100. So go on, let's do that. Can you tell me the answer when you add them all together? Who got 655? Divided by 100? 6.55 calls. Correct the nearest whole number? 7 calls.